Hey YouTube, what's up? It's me, Bianca. Just thought I'd say what's up to you guys. It's early Sunday morning. I'm on my way to the Walmart or the Target to get me some, my own personal goods. Definitely cleanliness is next to godliness, so if you feel me, you understand what I'm talking about. So anyway, I had a pretty good weekend. Yesterday I grilled out with my mom and my babes. Had a nice little cookout, nothing major, just a little small gathering, us and some wine and stuff like that. So that was really pretty much about it. And I guess I should have done this yesterday, but I didn't, just because of the fact that I just had so much going on. And I had rehearsal yesterday, and this is another story, another time, another story. But yeah, I am in a play, so I'm an actor, so I'm trying to do big things someday, one day. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to y'all about friendships, because it's just been on my mind and whatnot, and just wondering and just trying to get a perspective of this. Before I began my transition, I would say I was somewhat semi-popular type person. I would say I had a lot of friends. People that I really talked to on a daily basis, or maybe they were just associates. At the end of the day, maybe they were just associates. But yeah, I would say I was well known or whatever, and I knew a lot of folks. And only because of the type of person that I am. I'm still that person inside, as far as, my integrity as a human of, what I do for people, and just doing what friends should do for other people, or just in general. So anyway, I was somewhat into music production, videography and stuff like that. So, in the DMV area, which is the DC, Maryland, Virginia, and I live in the DC metro area, it was that type of stuff that was, that I was really involved in. I dealt with a lot of local artists, and here, we have this thing called go-go, go-go music or whatever, and, I was from that go-go background. I did a lot of stuff with go-go bands and all that type stuff. So anyway, that's how I kind of got in the mix of knowing a lot of people, and a lot of people knew me, based off the different folks that I associated myself with. So anyway, as I began to transition, I didn't tell anybody anything, for a long time. I didn't say anything to anyone. It was my own little secret or whatever. Just because of the fact that I didn't know how people would react, to me transitioning, and I just really didn't want to go through anybody. I didn't want to hear anybody's opinion based on what I wanted to do for my life, So I just kept it to myself. So as time goes on, and the physical changes begin to occur, it was time for me to say something, to you know, kind of like get it off my chest. Besides, it was killing me in the inside anyway to know that I was going through this transition, and I was going through this transition alone, and I knew that eventually one day that I would have to tell friends and family, and of course co-workers, well, my boss, and at least, well, the higher uppers, you know, because even to this day now, like, my co-workers don't even know that I'm transitioning, but some of them do, but not all of them. But some of them kind of speculate, you know. It's that raise the eyebrow look when I come around, like, get in, yeah, it is what you think it is, but, you know, I'm just not saying it yet officially. So anyway, talking about friendships, you know, it's when I began my transition, when I came out and started telling everyone, well, I didn't tell everyone, but when I started telling those who I thought were close to me that I was planning on transitioning, you know, it's just funny how, like, a lot of people just kind of, like, faded off the scene. Like, you know, I don't hear from them anymore, I don't see them anymore, you know, and a lot of them, you know, there's a lot of people that I even cut back just based off, you know, when I did tell them their whole outlook on transgenderality and how they just felt in general, and just how they made me feel. You know, I was just like, I just don't want to be associated with you like that anymore, because, you know, this is who I am, and I respect your opinion, I respect how you feel, but, you know, I just choose to, you know, I'd rather just do my own thing without you or whatever, you know. And I guess for the most part, you know, it's hard when you try to make friends, or especially when you're being like trans, and for me, like, or let me just put it like this. Well, for me, it's kind of hard because you have either you're a guy or you're a girl, you know, and it's like when you're in between in this gray area where you're kind of giving genderqueer, androgynous, and people not sure what's going on with you, they're not sure what you are, you know, it kind of makes it hard for you to become friends with other people, because, I mean, at least I know in the gay communities, amongst the people that I used to deal with, it was more so just, you know, black or white. There's no gray areas. Or at least when it comes to dating, okay? When it comes to dating that way, you know, guys either want a man, or guys are either attracted to a transsexual woman, you know, and most guys don't want to deal with that in-betweenness, you know? And yet, another story for a later date and time. But trying to make friends with others in the community, as far as like other gay people and you know, other trans girls or trans guys, you know, it's kind of hard, and it's nothing against trans guys, but it's like your story is totally different from a male to female. Like, don't get me wrong, I respect your story, I understand your story, but your story is totally different from a female trying to become a male than a male trying to become a female. You know, it's just it's like night and day, to be honest with you. You know, same category, but just night and day. And then for trying to be friends with other girls like myself, it's like, oh my God, it's like the hardest thing in the world to do, because there's so much shade, there's just so much shadiness with that. And if this, excuse my French, if this bitch don't get off my ass in this big ass white truck behind me, she's gonna be buying me a new fucking car. If I hit the brakes on her ass, then she's gonna be mad as fuck. I won't, because I'm inshore, baby. That's why, you know, Nationwide is on your side. But, so, back to my story, and I know this video is probably long as hell, and I'm gonna have to chop it up or whatever. Yeah, I mean, you know, trying to become friends with other girls just seems so hard to do, because like it's either shadiness, or there's a read, another girl trying to read you, or that girl may think that, oh, you know, if you're not pretty like she is, you know, she don't want to hang around with you because you might get her clocked. And you know, it's just so much just to go along with it. With, you know, why can't people just be friends, you know? And why can't, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just thinking too deep into it, but sometimes, you know, I just feel like, you know, it's more than just, you know, skin deep. And when it comes to guys, trying to make friends with guys, whether they're gay or straight, you know, it always seems like a guy who claims, oh yeah, he just wants to be friends with you, ends up being a trade and he just wants to sleep with you, or somewhere down the line that there's some kind of sexual encounter that he's plotting in the back of his head. And it's like, damn, can you even really be friends with guys as well, you know, without anything being sexual? I don't know. Just my thoughts, once again, just me just rambling and ranting about, you know, how I feel about this matter. So, I don't know, it was just something that was on my mind. I just wanted to get that off my chest. You know, I wanted to say, you know, good morning to you guys and all that good stuff. And, you know, just food for thought, just something to think about. You know, if you ever experienced that, you know, where you had a good friend who was a straight guy, and you know, you tell him that you're transitioning, and then all of a sudden he just tends to, you know, kind of withdraw himself from you or whatever, or you find out that your friend is secretly attracted to you and he wants to sleep with you, or, you know, you're just trying to like be friends with the girls or another girl, but for some reason there's just so much shade in that department that it's damn near impossible to be friends with someone like you. And I don't know, just my thoughts, just my opinions, and I want to know what you guys think about this. You know, how do you feel about this subject? How do you feel about this situation? You know, I think once you gain a friend, you've gained a treasure. And oh, and I almost forgot, being friends with females. Oh my God. Being friends with females, aka the cunts. Pardon me, ladies, or any female out there that I may have offended by saying that, but yes, the cunts. I have to say this because, you know what? I have to stop this video because this is too long.